Happy Sunday night, guys. We are back. Classic watch-along time. Welcome back. I just saw you guys, 45 minutes ago? We just wrapped up our AEW Full Gear review. I had to review it this afternoon because of what all transpired yesterday, but our watch-along is still scheduled for tonight. We had a big month of Survivor Series November here. This is the final Survivor Series watch-along we're going to do this month because next weekend is this year's Survivor Series, which I will be attending at Petco Park. And next week we won't be here for a classic watch-along because I had planned to do a review of my experience at Survivor Series, but there is a change of plans there as well that I will have to tell you about. So this is the final Survivor Series of the month of November. Looking forward to this one. Thank you, everyone, for being here this evening. Thank you to everyone who was here just a little while ago to watch our Full Gear review. For those who don't know, we were planning to be here last night for a Full Gear review and watch along. Elizabeth got injured on a hike and had to be airlifted to a hospital with a badly injured knee. She's home now resting up. We have a follow-up appointment with an orthopedic guy this week to find out what the severity is, what the damage is, if she's going to need surgery, that type of thing. So that kind of screwed up yesterday's plans for the watch-along, so we came up and did a review today. But we are all here. Thank you to all of you for the well wishes and the nice things you've been saying to me and to Elizabeth, and it was a very trying weekend, but we're still here. We're still home. I'm home. It's a Sunday night, and we got a classic watch-along to watch. So we are going way, way, way back here to 1987. I was 2 months removed from turning 10 years old. 10. Little me was 10. I had only lived in North Carolina by this point for about a month. I moved in I don't know the exact date, but I know that my family and I moved from Michigan to North Carolina in mid-October, early to mid-October of 1987 was when I got there. So this was the very first pay-per-view I ever watched in North Carolina or that happened while I was living there. And it was a crazy day for me. So we're going way, way back. We have not done this one yet, but we've done all the others. We've done 88 and 89 and 90. Now I think we've done pretty much all of the Survivor Series. We even knocked out 1997. So I think we've kind of done them all except for like your mid to late 2000s one. So we have to watch the first one. We're going back to 87 to the Richfield Coliseum to watch Team Hulk Hogan take on Team Andre the Giant. This is a wild pay-per-view. Survivor Series was a brand new concept. So they're coming up on the 40th Survivor Series. The one that's here in San Diego next Saturday, I think is the 38th one, I guess, right? Or no, the 39th one. And the next year will be 40, right? Which is just insanity to me. So watching the first one here should be a hoot. Now, what's different about this than normal is we're going to watch this right here on YouTube because WWE uploaded this entire event to their Vault channel. And I've put the link in the description. So if you go down to this description, you can see the link right here to Survivor Series 1987. We're going to watch this right here on YouTube as it was uploaded 2 weeks ago to WWE's Vault channel. So click on that link and go over there to that video and pause it. And the runtime, according to YouTube, is 2 hours, 42 minutes, and 16 seconds. So as soon as we all hit play together here on YouTube, that timer, as always, right there will begin to run, and you can sync up if you need to in case you experience any ads. If you don't have YouTube Premium, you might get some ads on Survivor Series. You will not get ads here on this video, though, as I always kill ads on our classic watch-alongs, so you guys don't have to deal with that. But you might have to deal with them over on the WWE Vault if you don't have Premium, but I'm telling you, get Premium. It's worth it. Ads suck. And I've been hearing a lot of terrible things about YouTube ads lately, so it's just nice to not have to deal with them. So once, our watch-alongs are permanently here on YouTube, if the WWE library ever finds its way over here, you might want to do that anyway. So that's what we're going to be watching tonight, so hopefully you guys are taking that time to get your link pulled up over there on YouTube, and we will hit play together in just a minute. Let me say some hellos in the chat. Once again, I want to apologize for this glitch that's going on with YouTube. Happened a couple of months ago where all of your channel names seem to be gone, and now you're like at handles are there instead. And some of you I recognize, but some of you I don't, like Nicole earlier, who left a very generous $50 super chat on our previous stream earlier today. I didn't realize it was her. I had to go to her channel and see that it was her. So Nicole, if you are here, thank you so much for that from earlier. And I'll cruise over here and do some hellos, and then we will hit play. on Survivor Series 1987. Thanks again for hanging out with us on this Sunday night. Good to see Jay Richter back with the family. Good to see Zane G. Melissa, thank you so much for the kind thoughts there. Tatanani is in the house. Bucks and Rams. I was curious about that. I wasn't even aware what the Sunday night game was. I did see that the Cowboys did upset the Eagles, and the Lions won in overtime. So that's happy news for Greg. Crazy Jay up in here as well. Good to see Garrett Osborne. We got Big Funds HC. I know who you are. Are you Brandon? Let me go to your channel and see if you're Brandon. You're Brandon. I was right. Brandon McNeil. Good to see you. Garrett Osborne. Good to see you. Robert is here. We Are Pro Wrestling in the house. Thanks for being here. After watching a really bad Survivor Series today, you watched 2006? Wow. Now time for a classic. I think I've got you at least matched in 1987 knowledge, We Are Pro Wrestling, so I don't think I'm going to have to ask you for any facts, but I might have to ask you for some fact checking, so we'll see. Let's see who else we got. Mike Rouse, Ben Espinoza, good to see you. George Morris is here with the token 5. Hey, Greg, how are you doing? How is Tito and Elizabeth, and how is her leg? Survivor Series 87, 10 out of 10. Are you doing Survivor Series predictions, and do you have good seats? Thank you for reminding me about Survivor Series fucking predictions. Yes, I am going to do Survivor Series predictions. Probably going to have to schedule that for Friday, for Black Friday. It might have to be Black Friday. Thanksgiving's out. I'm booked all day for that. And probably going to be Black Friday. Day before Survivor Series, I'll get up some predictions. We'll do a final live stream one day before I go to the show. And thanks for reminding me there. I will have to be up this week to do some predictions. So that will give me something to work on later on tonight. If I'm bored, I can put all that together for Friday. But yes, I will be here for predictions. Tito is great. Elizabeth is laid up. We don't know how her leg is yet. It hurts, and she can't move at all. She's on crutches. It sucks. So we're going to find out this week when she gets an MRI done, what exactly she's looking at. Hopefully it's not as bad as we hope, and she doesn't have any bruising at all. So I don't know if that's a good sign or bad sign. I don't know, but she has a chip bone in her femur. She did not dislocate her knee, even though it popped out of place twice. And she's got some pain kind of in the back of the leg. So I feel like something might be torn, but we're hoping not. We're keeping our fingers crossed for good news. Thanks as always, George. David Brown in the house. Good to see it. Good to see you. Hawk Edward. Also, thank you so much. Why do I feel like I know you as well? Oh, Edward Underhill. Good to see you. Thanks, bro. Michael Games in the house. That's right. You were in the building for this. Michael Games, first fun fact about the Richfield Coliseum, it's the building Michael Jordan hit the shot against the Cleveland Cavaliers. I watched that game live. Hit it over Craig Elo. And guess what? They went to the playoffs and lost to the Pistons, who are currently first place in the NBA right now. So yes, this is the former home of the Cleveland Cavaliers, and Jordan hit that shot from basically just the free throw line, but he came in on an inbounds pass with 3 seconds left, hit the game winner. That was, I believe, a Game 7. It was a clincher. That was a playoff game, and they beat the Mavs to move on to lose to the Pistons. But I am old enough to remember that shot and even was watching it live as it happened, as I used to live in Michael Jordan's hometown of Wilmington, North Carolina. And I've met Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan's even called me on my phone before once. Whole nother story. 850 Big Boy, good to see you. We got Big Funds HC, who I just said is Brandon, right? Brandon is hooking up 5 people with channel memberships. Thank you for that, Brandon, excuse me. Mystic Rain, New Day, OX King, Zizu44, and Demetrius Jarrett, all hooked up with channel members or channel memberships. Welcome to the family, everyone. Serge, good to see you. Ricky Zalvadar, I see Colin Wright up in here as well. The Juliet is here. And Michael Kumo chiming in with $2. Thanks. I was 9 months. Of course, didn't watch this live. Yeah, you were 9 months old. Let's see. Hawk, I got you. Crazy J. And I know these names are so crazy. I'm sorry about these shout-outs here. Wade Conrad, good to see you. T-Bone. T-Bone. How about that? T-Bone. Wait, T-Bone. I forgot how it goes. But remember George Costanza wanted to be called T-Bone? Right on. Okay, enough of the bullshit. Let's get going on this show here. You guys have all got the link pulled up on YouTube, right? We're going to go 3, 2, 1, play. That is how we do it here. And I just have 2 buttons to hit because I've got to hit play on the show and I got to hit play on the timer. So let me just get synced up here, and we are good. All right. All right, guys. I'm ready if you are. Here we go. Survivor Series 1987. 3, 2, 1, play. Shit, I botched it a little bit. No, I'm good. Yeah, just sync up to my timer. I might have been a second off there on that, but we're... All right. I am 1 second behind, but I'm not too worried about it. Nice. Jesse and Gorilla getting the intro, and they usually would only announce WrestleManias together. So the Survivor Series was a nice treat to get these two together. The first 2 Survivor Series was held in the Richfield Coliseum. Must have been cheap rent or something to go there 2 years in a row. Maybe 3, I forgot. I think it was just 2. And these were the day, very first ever Survivor Series, man. Juliet, yes, Tony Khan. Tony Khan wished Elizabeth well today on social media. What a great guy. What a great guy. Thanks again, Tony. Teams of 5 strive to survive. Look how young Gorilla is. Gorilla Monsoon is younger than I am. Right there. I'm pretty sure. Oh, I love the intro here. I do have the Coliseum video to this. Normally it would be sitting right back here, but all my Coliseum videos are currently in storage. Like the music. Really digging it. Once we get in a break in the action here, I'll retell the story of what happened to me on this day. I definitely remember where I was on this day. I was in the hospital for many, many hours. And it sucked. It sucked. Hey, my teeth look pretty good though, right? Not bad for a bunch of teeth that got knocked out, but... Macho had just turned babyface. The first time Hogan and Savage shook hands when the Mega Powers technically formed was only a month prior on Saturday night's main event, my favorite episode ever. I'm looking at my recommended videos off to the side on YouTube. Wrestling Bios, their newest video is a review, I guess, of In Your House Triple Header. We've thought about doing that one as a watch-along. We haven't done it yet. It's probably worth giving it a watch. That was an interesting show. Now, Andre has not been in the ring since WrestleMania 3. Yeah, give us the rules. Okay, cool. Nice. We get the rules. Ways of elimination. Number 1, pinfall. Okay. Obvious. Submission. Okay. Count out. Disqualification. What's number 5? Oh, referee's discretion, pending injury. Okay. Craig DeGeorge. I loved Craig DeGeorge. I grew up to Craig DeGeorge. Oh, I love these old school Survivor Series promos where everybody's just shouting and going nuts. Good to see a little bit of that on SmackDown on Friday with Sami Zayn and his team. I always enjoyed seeing all the managers together. A lot of times, all on one side. You got Jimmy Hart and Bobby on this side. Sometimes Fuji be in there too. What was crazy to me about this particular Survivor Series as a kid, struggling to wrap my head around it, was number 1, this match with Macho Man Randy Savage teaming up with Ricky the Dragon Steamboat on the same team, which I could not understand how that was happening. And then later in the main event, Hogan and Orndorff will be on the same team after all their history. Juliet, you accidentally muted me for a few minutes? Well, I can be a little bit unsufferable at times, so sometimes you just got to mute me. I was like, this bald guy never shuts the fuck up. Let's mute him. Quite the team, too, by the way. Who is it? It's Hercules, it's Harley Race, it's Honky. I believe, is it Ron Bass, Outlaw Ron Bass, and Danny Davis? The king. He's just the king. That's not Ron Bass. That's Danny Davis. £234 was the minimum weight in WWE back in those days. If you were a 200-pound wrestler, you were 234. Bret Hart was billed as 234 throughout his entire career. He was always 234. Never 236, never 231, 234. Honky would hold this damn thing for like another 9 months. He's early into his run here. He's only a couple months. Well, actually, he's a while. He's a ways into it. I'd say he's like a third of the way through his run. He won it around like May, I think, May or June. Look at this. Look at Ricky Steamboat. Whoa. Whoa. Ricky Steamboat, Jake the Snake Roberts. Jake had busted Ricky's head open on an episode of Saturday Night's Main Event one time, too. I watched this live when Harley Race attacked Duggan. Savage would have feuds with every single man on his team. Won the crown from Duggan. Feuded with Beefer during the Zeus days. Of course we know about his feud with Jake Roberts. And he feuded with Ricky the Dragon Steamboat. Look at Elizabeth. Look at Elizabeth. Oh, yeah. Red dress. I like it. I like it. That's right. I like it. I don't even know what that's about. I don't know why the pinky, but I love the pinky. Oh, yeah. That reminds Savage always. So if you're trying to visualize the number 3, if you're trying to show 3 digits on your hand, do you do these 3 fingers or you do these 3 fingers? Like Savage will go like that. Like 1, 2, 3. But I kind of go like that. So, like, is it that or is it that? Which ones do you use? A or B? All right, they have edited out the Chicago Bulls theme song here. And Ricky Steamboat is coming out to something horrible sounding. And here comes Beefer. So they're all coming out to Ricky the Dragon Steamboat's music that's network edited. Beefer did not have his music yet, I don't think. I don't think Beefcake had his theme. So Duggan, I'm not even sure if Jake had his theme either. I am pretty sure, now I could be wrong about this, but I'm pretty sure at this time in 1987, the only members of the Babyface team that had music was Savage and Steamboat. Everybody else was coming out to nothing. Even Jake. Yeah, so yeah, Jake definitely didn't have his music yet. And now Savage gets his music. I mean, that's a very 80s hairstyle and a very 80s dress, but she is just still stupidly gorgeous. The poof. The poof, the women with the big poofed up bangs, that was the look, man. It hung around in your southern states for way longer. Yeah, they're so behind all the trends. Trends tend to start here in California and then make their way east. But the poof and the Trans Am hair, it stuck around many more decades than it should have back on the East Coast. But that was the look back then, man. All right, what a team. Baby faces are way stronger of a team. I mean, look at that team. I mean, not very decorated, though. Beefcake, Duggan. Well, no, Beefcake won titles. He won tags. But Jake, Duggan, and Beefer did not win a lot of championships. They won none. I think one between the three of them. One title between the three of them. And it was Beefcake winning the tag team titles as part of the Dream Team a couple years before this. And on the other team, nobody held gold over there either. Savage, Steamboat, and Honky. Savage, Steamboat, Honky, and Beefer are the only members of either team to hold any gold in the WWE. Hercules never held gold. Oh, I did not do that. I did not know the B has been co-opted by White Power Moron. Well, thanks for... Well, I will never do that then, because that's not what I want to do. White Power, my God. What a weak existence that must be. And look, this is the crazy thing about Survivor Series matches, is you would have finishes like that. Oh, I thought that was going to be it. I thought he was going to put Herc to sleep right there. Because you don't have a ton of time here, so guys kind of get beat real quick and easily. Somebody got tagged. Remember some of you don't, the television show, Canadian television show, You Can't Do That on Television? This referee reminds me of one of the characters. He played like the crazy cook. He played like a lot of characters, but he was like the cook that would yell at the kids or whatever, and that's who the referee reminds me of. Randy is here. Randy Savage and Danny Davis. Holy shit. Look at there. Steamboat holding up the boot for Savage. Fast tags out. Tag to Ricky. To see those two working together was blowing my mind. I mean, 9-year-old me was pretty traumatized by Savage attacking Steamboat with the bell. Oh, look at Davis with an offensive move there on Ricky Steamboat. He tags Harley. Shoulder breaker. God, why don't I know? Do Steamboat and race matches exist anywhere in the NWA? I feel like looking that up. Yes, they wrestled 82. Wrestled for the title. They wrestled a few times. Okay, a bunch of matches exist. They wrestled for the NWA title a few times. One in the 70s. Wow. Oh, hell yeah. They have a lot of history. They have a ton of history. In both companies, WWE and NWA. Very cool. There's the belly to belly. That's his finisher. Steamboat would always do the through the legs thing. He loved that. The hacksaw is in there. And these two guys were feuding. Yeah, Jack Kruger. That's the ref's name. I remember the Kamala thing. I remember that. Barf. Barf the cook. I didn't know the cook's name, but I remember now. Barf, yeah. Doesn't he look like him? I've always thought that. Even as a kid, I thought that. He kind of looked like, he just looked crazy. He looked like Bill Alfonso crazy. All right, so we got a double count out here, Race and Duggan. You'd see that a lot, too. They do double count-outs for people they didn't want to beat. And to fast-track, speed-up eliminations. So they are the very first ever eliminations in Survivor Series history was a double elimination. That's a fun fact. Michael Games, I'm going to do something for the holiday season for that Slammy Awards. I recorded it I recorded it off television, and I still have the original recording. So I'm going to do either a review or a watch along of it or something. Put it up on Patreon or Twitter. I can't really put a watch along of that over here, unless you guys watched your own copy. But I'm the one that has a copy, so I might Patreon that. I have 8 watch alongs, like kind of ready that I'm editing that I just need to finish up and start pumping over there on the Patreon page. Patreon is free, by the way. I'm going to put every video I post over there available to everyone. All you have to do is subscribe. Doesn't cost you nothing. But I just haven't put anything up there yet. But I've got a bunch. Here comes Savage. Savage and Honky, my God. I think as a kid, it took me until that Savage and Honky match on Saturday Night's Main Event for me to understand that title changes usually don't happen on Saturday Night's Main Event, because I was expecting going into that for Savage to beat Honky Tonk Man for the title. That's what I thought was going to happen. And when Honky survived without dropping the belt, I was like, what? But we got the birth of the Mega Powers out of it, so. Did he tag? I thought he tagged Beefcake. There, he tagged him. High knee. That's Beefer's finisher. I love a good high knee. Always have. And Hurt drops the elbow on Bass. I love that. When did I start watching wrestling? Just a few years before this. I was watching and like formulating memories probably right before Hogan came back. But I was like looking at wrestling magazines and seeing pictures of wrestling like way before that. That's why I always reference the Dusty and Superstar Billy Graham match. Because I remember being 3 or 4 or 5 fucking years old or something like that, and looking at a magazine. These people used to watch me when I was a kid. And one of the sons was a big wrestling fan, and he had piles and piles of like wrestling magazines in his room. And I would just always look through them. And I remember, like, I have flashbulb memories of seeing like the pictures of Billy Graham being hung by the bull rope. And they did like 3 matches between Dusty and Graham in the 70s, right around the year I was born and the year after I was born. And then a few years later is when I saw the pictures in the magazines. And so that's kind of like my first memory was those 2. Even though I saw the pictures about 3 years after it happened. I'd probably say late 83. I was fully understanding of what wrestling was, and I liked watching it. But I was just this big. It's a little tiny itty bitty cute piece of shit. Honky is going to start a feud with Beefer soon. They'll wrestle at WrestleMania. And another match that I expected a title change. I thought for sure going into WrestleMania 4 that Beefcake was going to win the Intercontinental title. I could not understand how Honky kept surviving. And don't forget, Honky survived Savage again on the main event before that too. So there was 3 major title matches that I thought for sure Honky was going to drop the title. And he retained every one of them. Is it 4-on-3, right? Yeah, the only team on the babyface, or the only guy in the baby faces. Oh, no, it's, yeah, who got eliminated was, Doug. Look at Beefcake. Look at Beefer. Strutting through the armbar. I'll just strut my way out of it. You know, for all the fun that people might poke fun at Beefcake, he was over like Rover. Unbelievably over. He did nothing in the ring, but he was over. Oh, he's going to get shake, rattle, and rolled right here. Danny Davis hit him with the boom, and that's it. I liked Honky's finish. A lot of guys didn't have a finish like that. Some shake, rattle, and rolls look better than others. Like, for example, the one on Beefcake there looked really good. Sometimes he'd do them, they didn't look so good. Beefcake didn't make a mistake. He got hit by Davis. Beefcake made a tremendous mistake. Listen to Jesse. Savage going after Honky. Now, next year, this is another cool thing to look for in Survivor Series. You'd see guys against each other be teammates the next year. Herc and Savage would be teammates at the next year's Survivor Series. I don't remember what year we watched 88, but we watched 88. What's up, Domo? Good to see you. Everybody else chiming in. Thanks for being here. Sorry for these funky usernames. YouTube did this a couple months ago, and it fixed itself, so hopefully it'll fix itself again. It's definitely not a setting that I have set. It's something with YouTube. I'm assuming you guys are seeing this shit on other chats, other live streamers, right? Let me know if you're not. Yeah. Brill cream. My timer is pretty much exactly 1 second ahead of my YouTube timer. I did kind of botch that when we hit play. So I am 1 second ahead on the timer here. The Honky team. I love that. Team Honky. Get a Team Cracker in there while we're at it. Hercules and Jake had a couple of wars. I think they wrestled on a Saturday Night's Main Event. I remember Hercules getting the snake on him. He's had the snake on him before. You know, they might have worked SummerSlam. No, I don't know where it... No. They would have both been faces by then. No, they wouldn't have. I think Jake and Herc might have worked SummerSlam 88. I think. Right before Herc went baby. And then, there we go. Give me more. Jake's brother, Sam Houston, feuded. Would be feuding with Danny Davis by the time they got to the next year's Survivor Series. Boom. Davis lasted longer than I thought. What happens if I say something? Let me say hi. Look, I'm still me. How come y'all can't be you? Oh, no, I'm not me. It usually says good micro commentaries. Okay, I'm not me either. None of us are us. None of us are us. That's so sad. Thank you for that, Garrett. Every team featuring Randy Savage has won their Survivor Series match. He was only eliminated once in 1993. That would have been when he was, like, added last minute, right? My partner, Perfecto, he tag out, man, before the match even begin. And then out comes Randy. I remember that. So that means he got a little... Oh, yeah. Yeah, so in... What did he do in 90? Or in 89? Oh, yeah, 89 he won. He had the King's Court, right? And then, what happened in 90? Oh, he wasn't even at 90. He didn't wrestle at 90. I don't think. Or did he? I don't remember what the fuck he did at 90. Survivor Series 90. What did the Macho King do at Survivor? That was the match of survival, so what the hell did he do? Just a promo. Okay, that's I was thinking just like the Rumble in '91 too, right? He just did the promo with Warrior. Oh, that's right. That's where he first started planting the seed that he wanted a title shot. I think it was at 90. Okay, so that's why he didn't get eliminated there. 91 was the same deal. He had just he retired, but he kind of wanted in to get his hands on Jake, but I don't think he competed at 91. So yeah, so it's really only, I guess, 3. 88, 87, 88, 89. His teams were successful. And they didn't really do anything else other than that 93. And then he'd leave 2 weeks before Survivor Series 1994 and go to Atlanta, where they all went. Honky and Jake, WrestleMania 3 rematch here. Honky won that match, too. Motherfucker, man. Couldn't put him down. It's almost like Honky had a it doesn't work for me, brother clause in his contract. He won so many matches he should have lost. Nice little knee lift by Jake. Here comes Herc. Oh, yeah, that's right. 92, he teamed with Mr. Perfect. So, yeah, that's technically a team. You're right. Which they did win, I think, right? DQ or something? It's a partial sleeper. The Colonel. I don't think I'll ever understand the spelling of Colonel. It's right up there with Shillelagh. I just don't get it. I have my own idea of how it's supposed to be spelled, and I'll just do it that way. Thank you. Same goes for McConaughey. Come on, Jake. Who are you going to get? Look at Savage and Steamboat like on the same corner, touching hands. It's fucking blew my 10-year-old mind. It would be several months later when I would rent this VHS from the video store. Oh my God, Steamboat just did the honky thing. I've never seen Ricky Steamboat display that much personality before in my life. As great as Ricky was, the guy had a personality of a bowl of oatmeal. But that was funny. Yeah, Xylophone's another one, but nothing makes less sense than Colonel. There we go. Herc, you about to eat this. I love Savage's elbow. Look at the beauty. Just the point of the elbow. And another cool thing is Savage never wore elbow pads. So, like, when he flew through the air and he kind of came down, he would make sure that that part of the elbow is, like, directed at the throat, at the larynx. Like, that's a little detail that as a kid, like, made the move look so real, because you look like your elbow becomes like a railroad spike, where like Kairi Sane, her insane elbow, or even Shawn's, you know, you're coming down with this part. It's this, you know, where Savage drives it into the throat, and nobody delivers a top rope elbow like that. Nobody ever has. Everybody comes off with the typical way, and you just hit the flat part of your arm on them. It's not really an elbow at all. But Savage made a point to stick that elbow into your throat. Yeah, it's Honky Tonk Man versus Ricky the Dragon Steamboat, Jake the Snake Roberts, and Macho Man Randy Savage. 4 Hall of Famers in here. Oh, or 3, I guess. Honky's in. Honky's in. Honky made it in, right? I feel like Honky made it. Stomps his hand. Now, I remember the finish of this match. This is going to be one of the few times, or actually not few, quite often, one of the often times that I would have to humbly agree with Jesse the Body Ventura. They're double teaming him. I love it. Yeah, it's payback. Yeah, Honky beat Steamboat for the IC title because Steamboat wanted time off, and Vince was like, no, and Steamboat is now back. He could have been champion. Still. I don't know where Animal Steel was for this show. He should have been involved out there too somewhere. It'd be crazy to see Animal and Savage on the same team. Now here's where Honky's going to take a powder. Now, at the time, Honky Tonk Man is the Intercontinental Heavyweight Champion, which was a very important belt. And you're in there against 3 of the WWE's best. It makes sense to take a walk here. Even a babyface should take a walk here. I would. I'm not blaming Honky for this one. I got to give the honky some credit, too. Jesse has a point. I can't argue with that line of thinking. Yeah, Gorilla's like, the title wasn't on the line. Yeah, but your health is on the line. Your health and your career. And you make money when you're a champion. So forfeiting the purse here, yeah, you might lose this money, but you're going to make more money on the back end by remaining champion. So he wouldn't have won that anyway. All he would have done is either be, number one, humiliated, or two, injured, or three, both. So Honky did the right thing by walking away here. Look at this team. Rick Rude had just gotten there. Butch Reed had been there for a while. Andre is back in the ring for the first time since the Silver Dome. Eyebrowless Bundy. Eyebrowless Bundy is the best Bundy. And the gang. And the African Dream. Look at Andre. Yeah, they harped on this 3 count all year. I remember this. I remember them mentioning it on TV, you know? Like right after WrestleMania 3, there Jesse was just like, "Oh, Hogan got pinned." And I still to this day don't know if that was like a planned spot. Like I know the spot was planned to fall backwards, but that was kind of a close 3 count. So if they kind of designed it that way so they could have that talking point, or if that was just like an accident and then they jumped on it and then Jesse harped on it and used it as a way to troll Gorilla because that was his son as the referee that night. Shut up. I'll never forget in The Princess Bride, it would trip me out during the scene when Andre is coming in and he's like under the cloak and he's like storming the castle. And he's like, "There will be no survivors." And I'm like, oh my God, he's cutting a Survivor Series promo. Like my wires were getting crossed. I'm like, Movie Land is intersecting with Wrestling Land. And he's not Fezzik there. He's Andre the Giant. And that was cool. Like when he says the word Survivor, he immediately transforms from Fezzik into Andre the Giant. And only people my age would understand that. Check this out. This match, I had been out of diapers for about 8 years by this point. But I think I got put back in them in this match because this is where I discovered the Jumping Bomb Angels. So, as you can tell, women's wrestlers had a much different appearance vibe back in those days. The Glamour Girls. Is Leilani Kai in there, or this might be Dawn Marie? Dawn Marie, not that Dawn Marie, that Dawn Marie. Oh, Donna Cello? Donna Christianello. I knew her. I know Donna. And Sensational Sherry. Donna Christianello. That's awesome. It's women's. Women's champion. It's women's. There's look at the crimp in Velvet McIntyre. Holy shit. You talk about 80s. Rockin' Robin. Jake the Snake Roberts' sister, for those who don't know. The Jumping Bombs. And this is the first time Greg had ever seen anything like this before. So I was blown away. Moolah, you're such a piece of shit. You know, you really are. And you're unbelievably hideous to look at. And I don't feel bad about saying that at all. Just don't like that woman. Yeah, Jesse has not gotten congratulated for Running Man. But did Brian say who? What you talking about? Not that one. Oh, about Dawn Marie. Oh yeah. I remember that Dawn Marie though. Brian might not. But yeah, not that one. When you hear Dawn Marie, you're only going to think of one Dawn Marie, as would I. So like, nope, not that one. Velvet McIntyre. Was it WrestleMania 2? I think she had a WrestleMania 2 match, I think. Now Moolah is a baby face here, I believe. Jesse heard a rumor that Moolah and Gorilla were sweethearts back in 36. Which is 90 years ago, by the way. Oh my God. Back in 36. I love that. Velvet is barefoot. Women's wrestling, I'm telling you, was so different. You know, you get little tastes of it here or there, like in the videotapes and whatnot. And that's one thing I will say about, I mean, the whole business has evolved into something that doesn't even resemble what it used to be, but women's wrestling probably even more so than men's. Like the women's wrestling here, these women were all very, very tough women who could beat the shit out of you for real. And then it devolved into just hot women with pillow fights and showing their tits, and then she's out, and then it revolved back into not only having hot women doing it, but also bringing back in the actual wrestling and athletic part of this, and not making it about a TNA show, not TNA the wrestling promotion. I mean tits and ass, not making it about just that. And to see where it is now, and I'm like, now you have women that can not only do it and do it good in the ring, but they look good too. So it took a while to get there. It took like 40 years to make that transition, and they took a few steps back there, I ain't gonna lie. But where it's at now, I couldn't be happier. Women's wrestling, I think, is as healthy as it's ever been. I'll put it this way. Women's wrestling is way more successful than WNBA, or at least up until when Caitlin Clark got here. So the Glamour Girls, Judy Martin, and I forget the other one. I mean, they weren't that glamorous. November 13th, 1987. Oh, that's right. It was Velvet and Moolah at WrestleMania 2. By this point, Wendy Richter's gone. But I remember just being blown away by the jumping bombs in this. So yeah, for those who don't know the story, I've told it before over the years in various live streams. I'd only been living in North Carolina for about a month. My family moved from Michigan, from the Detroit area, down to North Carolina when my dad got a job down there. So I had to move in 5th grade, which sucked, and go to a new school and go down south. So I'd only been living there a month. My cousins who live in aunt and uncle who live in Philadelphia, they drive down to us in North Carolina to spend Thanksgiving with us. So Thanksgiving Day, it's a beautiful day because it's in the south and it's warm. me and my cousins decided we're going to get on our bikes while dinner's cooking. We're going to get on our bikes and ride because we lived in this neighborhood that had like a community pool and park and all that stuff. Really nice neighborhood. All the kids in my school all lived in the same neighborhood, but it wasn't like it wasn't like highways. It was just like little residential streets you could just ride around and do shit on. So we're going to ride our bikes down to the park. And since I have my cousins there, I'm like, well, I told my one cousin, you take my bike. You ride my bike. I'll ride my mom's bike. So I get on my mom's bike, and I've never ridden with handle brakes before. And one of the first turns out of the house is this big steep hill, heading down to take the road that we're going to go to the park. And as we start going down the hill, oh, look at the jumping bombs go. There's a car coming in the opposite direction. I get scared, and I just start grabbing the handle brakes, and I grab the front brakes, and I tope suicida. Wow. See, look at this shit. They're doing stuff here that just, you got to understand. I'm going to pause my story. This might not look weird to an 18-year-old wrestling fan right now if they're seeing this, what the jumping bombs were doing. But this was a style that very few fans, none my age, would have ever seen before. All of these moves were brand new to me. I had never seen any of that shit before. Like, every single little thing that they did was new to me, and that's why that match was memorable. So anyway, back to the story. I'm on my bike. I see the car coming, or I'm on my mom's bike, see the car coming. I start grabbing the handle brakes. I Darby Allin torpedo off the handlebars. The very first part of my body that hits the pavement is my front teeth. And I crash face first into the pavement. And I'm pretty sure the car even clips me as I goes by. And I pop up like nothing happened, and I just bolt home. And I'm screaming at my cousin with a mouthful of blood and teeth, like, grab the bikes, get the bikes, and I bolt home. And I remember, like, grabbing the doorknob and, like, blood all over the doorknob because I couldn't turn it. And my uncle sees me from the living room. He sees me through the window. He springs into action. They bring me in. My grandmother is a dentist. They call her on the phone. What do we do? She goes, you take him to the fucking hospital. That's what you do. So they take me to the hospital, and I'm in there all day. And they wire my teeth kind of back in, and I had to get them fixed, and it was a fucking mess and awful. And I had to go to school for months with chipped teeth because it took so long to get everything kind of back to normal. It sucked, and I ruined Thanksgiving. Turkey was very dry that year. So I missed Survivor Series 1987. And I never saw it. Until months later when it came out on VHS. So yeah. That bike accident is primarily why in my life I tried my best not to get in fights if I didn't have to. Because not only do I not want to get my teeth knocked out, I don't want to knock anyone's teeth out. I don't like the thought of my knuckles on someone's teeth. Like, it gives me the heebie-jeebies. And it's mostly because of that accident. Puts me at a disadvantage, if I'm scared to hurt someone. Oh, look at that slingshot. I like a slingshot where you don't really land on anybody. You just go flying. Here comes Moolah, looking like your grandma going to the fucking... going to swim class. Water aerobics for grandma.
Probably the longest reigning champion I know of. Oh, definitely. I think so. She's got to have the record of holding a title longer than anybody. Fighting back. Judy Martin got the former champion stunned there for a moment as we look over the shoulder of the Colonel with that megaphone.
I mean, these women, too, like Judy Martin and Moolah here, like, I have no clue what their history is, but they probably have a ton of it, Like, the stories that could be told with all of these ladies here, there's probably things that I'm completely oblivious to. There's relationships and histories here that I have no clue about. Like, Moolah by this point is like, she's kind of like in her Bruno run here. Bruno kind of came back a little bit in the 80s there. Had a couple of matches, worked with Randy Savage. But well past his prime type of thing. And Moolah was doing the same thing.
Swift in now. Oh, double axe handle right underneath the chin. Executed beautifully. Beautifully. Well, these glamour girls aren't the tag team champions.
Well, Vince didn't like the jumping bombs because their English wasn't good. I mean, well, maybe, but their run and they won the titles. They win the tag team titles. I'm pretty sure they win them and drop them back to the Glamours at some point over the course of the next couple months here. And do we have a wardrobe malfunction there on the girl? But they stuck around like as long as anyone did because WWE never knew what they wanted to do with the women's division. It was here, it was gone, it was here, it was gone. You saw some women's matches sometimes, then you didn't hear nothing about it. And it just, nobody was really mainstays around that time because you weren't featuring a lot of women's wrestling on TV at all. But yeah, they didn't hang around too long. But the time they were there was pretty great. And plus, back in these days, like different types of women got into pro wrestling than now. Now all different types of women get into wrestling. But back in these days, I think you had to be a serious type of broad, to get into this for a living. Where now, like, look at someone like Julia Hart, little sweet innocent Julia Hart, who looks like your regular everyday girl next door cheerleader. She's one of the best badasses in AEW. Yes, Moolah eats a pin. You're eliminated, Moolah. I love it. This is a long match, man.
Judy Martin and the Glamour Girls. Jimmy Hart's women's tag team champion. Oh, she hung onto the foot that time. And threatening with a big right hand. Round and round she goes. Oh,
Nice. Like they were doing, I remember watching, I don't remember the spot as specifically, but I definitely remember seeing like some bridges and some like very, very like limber things that the jumping bombs were doing in this match, just being blown away that a human body could do that. I thought everybody just punched like this, like Andre,
unfortunately, that's true.
Okay, you know who Velvet McIntyre reminds me of? Not the same hair. Anybody who ever watched the show Roseanne, like the original Roseanne? Crystal. Crystal, like the neighbor or the friend or whatever? She's totally Crystal from Roseanne. Look how young Jimmy Corderas looks here. Who I hate, by the way. Garrett, thanks for the $2. Did Moolah steal Ken Patera's singlet? Was Patera back yet? Yeah, he was back. He was on Hogan's team, right? Yeah, he was back, huh? There are some audio problems here. I don't know what's going on. It might be with Jesse. Nope. So it's Velvet and Sensational Sherry, who was a great ladies champion.
Sensational Sherry back in there now with Velvet. The next girl that's going to get eliminated here will be very costly, Gorilla, very costly. Big leg drop by the champion, Sensational Sherry. Whoever gets eliminated here, Gorilla, will be...
Yeah, Julia Hart, like if you're in your 20s, she's bring home to mom quality.
With that suplex move, that didn't take a whole lot out of her.
You've done well. if you bring her home to family dinner.
Right across the ring by the hair, another girl across the ring, right by the hair, Gorilla.
Right by the hair, Gorilla. I love that because they weren't. You never saw that stuff. I mean, those type of like hair whips like that, where they kind of use the hair to snap Mary over. It's fucking nuts, man. It's like a J driller. Look at that. No, see? Even nobody'd seen that shit before. She just bridged out of that.
Was a beautiful bridge. These jumping bomb angels impressing me, Jess. Oh, definitely one tag match.
I hadn't seen any Japanese wrestling or Mexican wrestling or anything like that yet. So, I mean, this was all new to me. Like just seeing moves like that. I had seen WWE style, AWA style, which was even less exciting, and the style of the NWA, which was a little grittier, but nothing like that, you know. And here's a swing, the Cesaro swing.
Only Velvet knows. You like the end of that poetry, Gorilla? Maybe you'll put out a book. There we go. I'm better than Leapin' Lanny Poffo, that's for sure.
Leapin' Lanny Poffo.
Look at this move. Got caught in the corner, hands up on the shoulders. Velvet in control. This could be turned into a pinning combination.
Nice victory roll. She got her. Good job, Crystal.
She beat Sensational. Sensational Sherry has been eliminated. What a win for Velvet McIntyre anywhere. She got a pinfall on Sensational Sherry. That's got to shoot her up to the #1 contender, don't you think, Gorilla? Absolutely. But Velvet's still hurt. That was a desperation move on her part. And she's getting clobbered, and she finally gets out of there.
Look at that. I mean, that's a pretty common move, that leap in transition into the sunset. We see pretty often now. You didn't see it back then. Look at that little rolled through and a headbutt.
She's hurt, Jess. Yeah, she's outside the ring. She may not be able to get back in.
The ladies' body slam was always weird to me because they went into it like a suplex, and then that's how they did body slams. I think it's just to protect the neck.
Suzuki, nice smart move on her part. Another double underhook coming here. Whoa. Got the head planted too. She can't get her up. No. That's that long body.
What's that long body?
She's gonna try it again. She got it.
Jesus. Jeez.
I'm sure that knocked the wind right out of her.
Nope.
Unbelievable that she could kick out.
I never watched ER.
Came out the back door.
I never watched ER or Grey's Anatomy. Never saw a single episode. So I don't know these people.
It's a double leg. But immediately Jumping Bomb Angel turns it into a body.
Oh, look at that. Oh, don't back. God, I'm worried they're going to headbutt each other.
Got caught in a double leg trip,
Definitely had a
but hooked it right into a
pretty hilarious. Fans are laughing in the crowd.
freeze. One inside.
I think that pop was of laughter.
Leilani comes out of there, rams her right back toward
That was pretty funny.
Velvet. Maybe
Here comes Velvet, man.
I don't know. Velvet had a lot of time out on the apron. Maybe she got her head back together out there. I don't know though. The way she went down there.
They're certainly not rushing these matches, are they?
Her back is hurt. No question, but she's a gamer. And hooks her and hooks the legs in another nice roll up, but no.
No.
Close, but no cigar. Velvet loves those leverage moves. Now she's perched right up on the shoulders of Leilani.
Another victory roll? She already got one elimination with this. Nope.
Uses the rope for beautiful move.
Smart.
Leilani time. Outsmarted her. She's gonna get it.
She got her.
With a smart move.
The scissoring.
We're down to a tag team now. The Bomb Angels against the Glamour.
Yeah.
2 against 2. Double slingshot into each other. Look at the continuity of the Bomb Angels.
Look at the continuity.
Think as one, Gorilla. They've got it all together. They got
Look at this. Another slingshot right on top of her partner.
a nice slingshot right over on top of her partner.
Thanks, Gorilla.
Very concerned. The Colonel should be concerned. These are the women's tag team champions of the world, and the Bomb Angels right now are handling them, Gorilla, and doing it pretty easily. We could be looking at a better team than the Jumping Bomb. Oh, look at that. There's some tag team maneuvers. Oh, yeah. There's Jimmy Hart coming out right there. You always know when Jimmy's around, you'll see a move that he designed. Leilani Kai plants
Here comes Leilani.
body slam and now takes a
She's been posting some pretty fun stuff on social media lately. Pretty fun stories. Ooh. One about Moolah where she charged by the mile to ride with her. Oh my God, it's made me fuming. And she got her. That's Leilani. That leaves Judy Martin.
It's Glamour Girl Judy Martin against both the Bomb Angels.
Both the Bomb Angels.
I don't either. I don't care if you are the tag team, half of the tag team champion of the world. It's still 2 against
Fucking Aunt Judy. I think everybody's got an Aunt Judy. She's in here. Down 2-1. The Judemeister with her back to the wall. I love that Jimmy Hart's out there.
spin. Got her hoisted up there in a nice fireman's carry.
I love that Judy Martin, they wear granny panties on the outside of their gear.
Judy in control of this right now, as long as she can keep Jumping Bomb Angel away from her partner. Ducks underneath, look at this. Oh, excuse me. There's a tag.
It's like she's definitely going to be celebrating. If Judy Martin wins, she'll be celebrating with a PBR and a cigarette. Ooh, a high knee right to the throat area. Double team. Take out Jimmy. Boom. He eats a draw. Oh, yes. What a sell by Jimmy. That's Jimmy doing his job. Top rope clothesline, kind of like a sling blade. And that's it. And the jumping bombs win. Good job. They just take a bow. They're so cool. I just thought they were great. I thought they were great. They blew my mind as a kid. I wish I was a kid still. I wonder, so I guess the tag match is probably next, right? There's probably only 4 matches, right? I don't think there's an in-between match on this one. Because the following year, they wouldn't do a women's match. They did like the Andre match in the middle. Oh, yes. Look at this. It's the Islanders, the new Dream Team, Demolition, and Hart Foundation, who had just lost the tag team titles. It was fresh to Strikeforce. And this is the first time they had been on TV, I think, since that, or since first time that I knew of them wrestling. That's what I should say. Fuji in the back. So it's Fuji, Bobby Heenan, and I think Luscious Johnny is there. Maybe not. Maybe Luscious Johnny is gone. Oh, there's Jimmy Hart. Oh, he's with Dream Team now. Jimmy Hart got roughed up by the jumping bombs. He's pissed. Oh, no, he's with Hart Foundation. Who the hell's with Dream Team? Yeah, we're the Bolsheviks. Lot of managers. Fuji, Hart, and Heenan. Fuji in the very, very, very back. You can barely see him. That's a shitty logo, WWE. You got to get a better render. That's terrible. That's WCW crap. Okay, during the anthem, I'm going to go grab another one. I'll be right back. Here comes the Axe. And here comes the Smasher. The Demolition. Walking Disaster. Pain and Destruction is their middle name. I just made that up. Look at Haku and Tama. I loved the Islanders as a kid. You have to understand. I loved them as a team. Because they were baby faces when I got to know them. And then they turned heel. They turned heel on the Can-Ams. I remember when they turned heel on the Can-Ams and joined Bobby Heenan, or got Bobby Heenan as their manager. And then Tom Zink left, and Santana came in to fill in, and they formed Strikeforce, and then kind of wrapped up that feud with the Islanders before challenging the Hearts and winning the titles, which had just happened. And it's weird because look at this. And now this is Tito and Rick with the titles for the first time. And I am pretty sure, because when I got home from the hospital that night, spending all day and most of the evening in the emergency room, I remember being put on the couch, all pain medicined out as a kid. They had me on probably God knows what. And they laid me in the living room, and I remember sleeping, but I also remember turning on the cable and turning to the pay-per-view channel, and I listened to a little bit of this. But I was kind of out of it, so I don't remember. But there's some things I remember, like I remember Strikeforce getting eliminated. Like I have that memory. So I must have been awake for that because I could hear that happening. But now they're champs and like their headbands. I love it. I was such a big fan of them. Yeah, Johnny must be gone by this point. He wasn't back there, so he must have... he was only around shortly after WrestleMania 3. He might have been out around the same time Adrian Adonis went out. Bulldogs at this time, still my favorite tag team, I think. But it felt like it was kind of over for them. I love the Rougeaus. They were baby faces. I really did like the Rougeaus. Always like the Bees. And here comes Strikeforce, Girls in Cars. For those of you who are married or in relationships, play Girls in Cars during sex. Just try it. No. I don't want to hear it. Just try it. Trust me. Just try it. I know it sounds... No, just do it. Look at this. Look at these teams. So the baby faces are the Bees, the Stallions, the Rougeaus, the Bulldogs, and Strikeforce. Heels, Dream Team, Hearts, Bolsheviks, Demolition, and Islanders. 20-man tag. So it's Rick Martel and Nikolai Volkov starting things off. I'm pretty sure these guys met in Madison Square Garden in the late 1970s. Just a sea of dudes. I'm just like looking at all the people and thinking about all the relationships between them all. Like just off the top of my head, how many world titles we got over here? Probably not that many because these are actually all tag teams and a lot of them didn't break out into singles. So I think the only one of the 20 here might be Bret Hart. Let's see. I guess you could count Martel because he was AWA champion. But I'd say Bret and Martel are your two most successful singles star, followed by Greg Valentine, who was a former Intercontinental champion, British Bulldog, I'd honestly, I'd probably say Ray Rougeau, or not Ray Rougeau, Jacques, because he had a run with the IC title and multiple partners with the tag titles. Or I guess he never won it with Raymond, but. Oh, yeah, and Tito. Yes, and Tito gets the first. I should have said Tito, who's a 2-time Intercontinental Champion. He's leapfrogged just about all of them. He's right below Brett, and he's probably equal with Martel. Thanks, Jacob. Fun fact, both Axe and Smash of Demolition share the same middle name of Pain and Destruction. That's true. Or they could have one each. That would also work. What if Axe's middle name was Pain and Smash's middle name was Destruction? The lyric would still work. But I like that. B. Brian Blair. There's Davey. Holy shit. If I had to rank them here in overall careers or whatever, I might go Brett 1, Davey 2, Tito 3, Valentine 4. Or actually, no. Martel 4, Valentine 5. Maybe Jacques 6. Haku 7. Dynamite 8. Smash 9. Dino 10. Anvil 11. Axe 12. Ray 13. The Stallions 14 and 15. Boris 16. Okay, I'm done. I've lost track of who's who now. Poor Anvil's getting worked over. Yeah, Roma and Jim Powers both were primarily used as jobbers, and then they kind of threw them together like the New Age Outlaws, tried to make them a team. But there was already the Strike Force were better. They were the same type of team, like tanned-looking, muscular, pretty boys. But you had the resumes of Santana and Martel that was just eons ahead of Roma and what's his nuts. Yeah, Chico Santana. Jesse loved the Chico Santana, didn't he? Jesse is just self-conscious about his own name because it's a girl's name. You should spell it with an I-E at the end. Jesse Power, or Jesse Ventura. Oh, look at that move by Jacques. He was so smooth like that. That's right. It is teams gone here with eliminations, not individual, which speeds it up a bit. And there's Tama, Tonga Kid. I remember the night Jesse won. That was crazy. was like, hell yeah, wrestling. Jeez. Watch out, Haku. Yeah, there was a time when, like, Haku Ming, he could fly. He was doing top rope high cross bodies and shit back when he was young like this. I loved the Islanders team. There was something about them that I really liked as a kid. I really wish they would have won tag team gold. They kind of did when Haku teamed with Andre. I remember that visual of seeing Haku with the tag team title around his waist made me happy. Because it's something I always wanted to see as a kid, but I really hated it when it was the Colossal Connection because I was a Demolition fan. But I was happy to see Haku like wear the belt because I always felt like he should have. Ugh. I remember I was not, maybe by this point I was, but just barely. I was not used to Dino as a blonde. Like, I remember, like, really struggling, my brain being like, this isn't right to me. I just always knew him with dark hair. And this drastic change, like, messed with me as a kid. I'm like, what the hell happened to his hair, man? And here comes Dynamite. Look at him work. He just watch a Tommy Billington match and watch how unbelievably exactly like Dynamite he is. Even more so than Benoit. I always gave Benoit so much credit for, like, doing an amazing job of replicating the style and the intensity of Dynamite. They were even, like, about the same size. Even his physique looked like him. And Tommy's a little bit smaller, but he looks a lot more like Dynamite. He's got the face. And they're going to get DQ'd? Oh, yeah, they threw the referee. And Barf, the cook from You Can't Do That on Television, is kicking Demolition out. Oof. Brett and Dynamite. Look at this. Just breathe it in, man. We're just going to get a couple seconds of it here, I'm sure, but pretty awesome. I've got grainy as ever-loving hell tapes from tape trades with Stampede matches, these two guys, these skinny little fuckers. Oh, from like 1979 or whatever. Dynamite tags out. Now we get Jim Powers against Bret Hart instead of Dynamite versus Bret Hart. Yay. They're hiding out and ducking. It's Tama. Not Toma. Tama was great. Tonga Kid was great. Oh, here comes Martel's little firing up motion, that shit that he does. I always kind of thought it was weird. He's always bouncing around. He was so good, though. I loved Rick Martel. But his babyface stuff was... He was a better heel. Boston Crab way too close to the ropes. And I remember this being, like, surprising me. I'm pretty sure this is going to be a pin. Nope. Hearts eliminate Strikeforce. I know that at some point. I remember that. And Anvil submitted to the Boston Crab. Oh, look at there. Flying forearm. Brett saves it. And there it is, and he pinned him after that. Brett came in with the elbow. And Strikeforce is eliminated. Pinned Tito. Take the starch out of you. That fucking drop kick that Haku just threw. Shane O'Mac outside? I don't know. Not in 87. I don't think he's out there yet. This would be pretty. He'd be pretty young here. He's just a few years older than me. And I was 10. I don't know how old Shane is, but he can't be more than 5-ish years older than me. Maybe more. I wonder if I just Google or copy and paste your Shane O'Mac if it'll tell me Shane's age. It does, 55. Yeah, he's 7 years older than me. Okay, so he would have been 17 here. So probably not. He's probably not out there. $28-7 Rams. Damn. It's a rout. The Survivor Series where Vince had the Russos eliminated early so they could leave, and not have any backstage interaction with the Bulldogs because of the previous backstage fights. I guess they were... was that here or was that 88? That was 88. Or is it here? I don't remember. I thought it might have been the 88 one, but so that I'm wondering when Jacques knocked him out with the roll of quarters. That was 87. That's when that happened. I thought that might have been 88. It might have been 87. Yeah, I guess this would have been it then. They were partners here. But Bulldogs would stay around, though. Bulldogs wouldn't be done yet. They would be on the same team as the Hearts the following year at Survivor Series, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, so it was 88. Yeah, because the Rougeaus would be heels then, and Brett and the Hearts would be on the babyface team with the Bulldogs, and Raymond got eliminated very early. Okay, that would make more sense because that was like the last time the Bulldogs were around. They were pretty much gone after that. But it would have been weird to do it here because they'd still be interacting. They'd see each other at the next show, you know. Yeah, Brett's told the story. We've heard the story about the punch. Do we have an actual date and location of that, like when it actually happened? Obviously, it was just probably weeks prior to the following year's Survivor Series in '88. But I'm curious what show, what arena, what city. I know Brett's told the story. It's probably in his book. I just can't remember. All right, Dynamite's in there now. Dynamite and Brett again. More of that. Bulldogs and the Hearts. That was just a feud, man. I remember getting matches on TV between those teams before the Bulldogs even won the tag titles. So before they even beat the Dream Team, it was like before that. It was so cool to see those matches in like late '85. The Bulldogs were wearing kind of like brown tights with like the Bulldogs written on the back. They didn't have the flag yet, the Union Jack on the back. So they had a different kind of look. And they were having matches with the Hearts that were pretty instrumental to my fandom at the time. Ooh. He rammed Haku into the head, but Haku... Yeah, he could. Jeez, headbutts. Ugh. I always have a hard time remembering who the hell wins this. I think the Stallions might survive. I hope not, but they might. Maybe the Stallions and the Bees. I think it might be something crazy like that. Might as well. I mean, it's kind of smart booking. I mean, there's no reason to put the Hearts or Bulldogs or Strike Force over. They're made teams. Brett and Davey, SummerSlam '92. It kind of would have been cool if British Bulldog would have beaten Bret Hart for the world title. That would have meant that those two exchanged all 3 belts. Or they traded tags, they traded ICs and world titles. But Davey had 2 shots and fell short. Or I guess just 1 shot. I loved his power slam. Jeez, that looked awesome. Haku kicks out. His headbutt. He might have. Haku has a hard head in his own. And they went to town. Davey was headbutting him too. They were all headbutting him. Yeah, those craniums on the Island Boys are notoriously thick. And that's it for Dynamite. Well, for both dogs. Leaving the Bees and the Stallions all alone against the Dream Team, the Hearts, and the Islanders. Yeah, Zane, I think we're going to do Survivor Series predictions on Friday. I'll put that together, and we'll go live, because normally I would do that on Thursday, but that's Thanksgiving. I'm not going to be available. So, yeah, we'll probably do predictions on Friday, right before the show.
Why? Because they're not that kind. I would think that'd be the intelligent, smart thing to do in that situation. Once again, on that attempted clothesline, he got that right arm up there on that top rope. Took away some of the effectiveness of that move. As Valentine makes takes the tag to his partner. You notice in this match, though, Gorilla, how the partners seem to stick together. Well, it's on both sides. Yeah, it's a natural instinct. They tag their partners in and out. You don't see a lot of varying from team to team.
It is kind of funny how when the Dream Team formed, Bravo dyed his hair to match Valentine, but when Valentine joined Rhythm and Blues, he dyed his hair black to match Honky.
Almost eliminated on that one. He needs to get out of there. Hitman now.
It happened at SummerSlam? It did? I didn't think it happened at SummerSlam. That seems like that would be a chaotic place to do it. I thought it was just at like a house show or a live event.
In the meantime, young Jimmy Powers paid the price over there in that corner. But look at him. He's a gamer. I can't believe it. He is a gamer. Front face lock by the Hammer. Only way he could ram him back there. Look how smart the Hammer is back into their corner where you got 6 guys sitting there. Tag made to the
Yeah, I don't know how they get out of this. There's got to be a DQ or something.
nice backdrop. Got to make it back to his own corner here. Forget about it. Clothesline him again on that top rope. And I'll tell you, Powers is lucky he's getting an arm in there to try to deflect that clothesline just a little bit. Kick to the midsection. Look out. Side suplex coming up. Patented number done by Dino Bravo. There it is.
Oh, yeah. I was looking right at him, too, and it didn't register. Johnny V is out there. He's right there. I've seen him all throughout the match, and for some reason my brain did not say, hey, say that Johnny V's out there because we thought he was gone. He just wasn't there for the pre-match interview.
Powers made it back over to Paul Roma. And it's Roma now perched up on the top turnbuckle. And Valentine
Nice sunset. And he got him. That was actually picture perfect. That was excellent.
the Dream Team is out of there. As the action continues. Greg the Hammer Valentine never saw that tag. Was going in for the figure 4 and got caught by a sunset flip off the top ropes by Paul Roma. Big Brian Blair in there right now with the anvil.
I think I had a babysitter or something. No. Oh, maybe, because it might have been for my sister. I remember watching wrestling and some stranger over at the house. Might have been a babysitter or something. And Johnny V was on, and his jacket said Luscious Johnny. I just remember her chuckling, like, it says Luscious Johnny, or his name is Luscious Johnny. I'm like, yeah, Luscious Johnny. Got a problem with that? But like an outsider who doesn't watch wrestling and isn't used to the silliness of it, just some shit tickles them. Luscious Johnny. So look, so check it out. We have Dave Hebner on the outside of the ring, but I don't think Earl is there yet. Or he just got there. He was about to get there and come in as the twin referee. He might still be wrapping up business in NWA, but that's definitely Dave on the outside. Yeah, the Stallions and Killer Bees, they evened it up here.
Hitman in there paying the price right now. And whoever gets pinned here will be crucial because then you'll be down to 2 teams against 1. That's almost insurmountable. Nice leapfrog by Roma, but he paid for
Nice punch by Brett. Knocks him on his ass. Loved it.
There's another quick guy.
Toma. Jesse calls him Toma.
He's got that youth, Jess, and that spring in the legs.
Yeah, Edward. Yeah, I just mentioned that. Yeah, Dave is out there, and Earl's about to come in. But I know Earl was reffing in the NWA all the way up until like late '87. There, you can find him on videotapes and stuff. But they brought him in, and his first appearance was going to be in February, in front of the biggest television audience wrestling has ever had. That was Earl's debut. Nobody's ever debuted like that. A lot of people think it was Hulk and Andre that drew that number, and it was Earl. Come on, Jumpin' Jim. I wasn't paying attention earlier. Did we get one of his absolutely marvelous drop kicks? Oof.
But look how close they are to that corner, Jess. Yeah, Brunzell, there's the mistake. See, Brunzell hip tossed him towards his own corner. He was able to kick out and able to make a tag.
I'm probably not even. I'm probably way wrong in this, but as a kid, I always thought, like, got the impression that Brunzell might play for the other team, which is totally fine. I just wasn't. I wasn't sure if my suspicions were true. Good for him. That was a throat punch. Yeah, Jesse, I'm with you on that. There's a Paul Roma to try to throat punch Brett. That's why you never made it anywhere, Roma. Nice. I always liked the all pink when they wore the all pink instead of like the black trunks and pink top, or vice versa.
Yeah, but I'll tell you what, if you can psych out a referee and getting him thinking your way, that's to your advantage. And that's a lot of the things those managers can do outside the ring. Well, that referee outside the ring.
I'd like to know where one of those specific blue Bobby the Brain Heenan jackets are. Like that WWE Treasure show. Like, they could find one of those.
By Paul Roma, as he's trying to survive here. The onslaught of the Islanders and the Hart Foundation. And Haku and Tama are both relentless once they get you in a compromising position. And did you see the agility of that? Haku weighs what, 280? Oh, he's 300.
Yeah, back then, Haku had that agility. He could jump up on standing drop kicks like it was nothing. So could Anvil.
Drop kick right on the chin. I'd like to see the Anvil do that.
Yeah. Boom.
He didn't get quite as high.
Yeah, Anvil didn't jump quite as high, but Anvil could do a good drop kick when he was like jazzed and ready.
Not gonna get any kind of count. Is he hooked into your headset, Gorilla? Oh, he may be.
Jesus.
Power slam by the big guy. Whoa, put him down. Can't get any closer than that. 4 inches from hitting that mat with the count of 3. Wide open now as the Hitman delivers the blow. I don't know. Young Stallions have really shown me a lot here, Jess. Even if they do get eliminated, it's a moral victory for them. Yeah, but moral victories don't count nothing in the paychecks. Oh, I know that. And it's Jumpin' Jim ramming the Hitman into that corner.
This was one of Andre's last like kind of big victories too. Well, actually, I shouldn't say that. He would win the title in February. But after that, it was like kind of all downhill for him. But he had a solid run there. When by the time WrestleMania came around and what was left of his career by then, he was a big part of WrestleMania 1 with that slam match with Stud, won the Battle Royal at 2, set attendance records at 3. Yeah, the first ever sole survivor at Survivor Series main events. Wins the title in early 88.
Did you notice that dumb Jim Brunzell? He was so excited about getting the win.
Pinned Brett too, which I don't like to see. Yeah, the Killer Bees had really good matches with the Hart Foundation. They were fun to watch. I remember watching the one where they beat him on TV in the non-title when they put the masks on and switch guys. And beat Brett with like a sunset flip and which I think was just done as a way to sell tickets for the live event tag team title matches between the two all over the loop.
Jim Brunzell, Brunzell would be
Oh, yeah, Earl was doing some sketchy shit with merch with WWE. He was selling some bootleg stuff or doing something, and it was enough for them to take their senior referee, the guy that they were probably going to put into the Hall of Fame one day, and completely sever ties with him, like completely. Like bridge burned, goodbye, no matter what. And that doesn't happen very often. So one thing you don't do is fuck with their money. I don't know the full story. It has something to do with merch. Sketchy merch. I don't know. Yeah, Andre could have defended the title at WrestleMania 4, lost it back to Hogan or lost it to Savage or something. That could have been fun. Just to use Andre as a transitional champion, and instead of Savage winning the tournament, he could have just beaten Andre and then feuded with DiBiase right after that. But imagine Andre putting over Hogan at WrestleMania 3 and then Savage at WrestleMania 4. Things that the rebooking you could do to some of those manias. I've always wanted a Savage and Steamboat, even more so than Andre being champ at WrestleMania 4, Savage and Steamboat rematch in the tournament. But Steamboat lost to Valentine. And then Valentine went on to face Savage in the next round. I'm like, why didn't they do Savage and Steamboat in a nice round 2? Little fun 30-minute match or whatever it was, or 20-minute match. And then Savage gets his win back and moves on, wins the title. It would have made that title win so much better. Thanks, Mike. How's it going, man? She's hanging in there. She's posted up on the couch right now. She's got everything she needs. Oh no. Must be very afraid of Jim Powers with a hot nothing scarier than a Jim Powers hot tag. They were discount Strike Force. That's all they were. There was already a team just like them that was better, with 2 better wrestlers. It would be like if 2 other wrestlers, like shittier wrestlers, came around wearing pink that looked exactly like Brett and Neidhart. Toma and Haku. The Islanders. Who did? Oh yeah, Brian. Look at him. I know the referee, the barf from You Can't Do That on Television. He's a mess. His shirt's all untucked. He's got crackhead hair. He's just yelling out stuff. He looked as worn out as the wrestlers. Oh yeah, Jim Powers is definitely into roids. I'm pretty sure underneath he's got just a little sun-dried tomato. Double noggin knocker. There it is. Oh, damn, Haku with a stiff kick. Jesus. Chris, thanks for the $5, bro. On your channel, you've got an episode talking about what if Andre beat Hogan at WrestleMania 3. Love the idea of Steamboat and Savage rematch at 4. Oh, they're doing it with the masks. That's the wrong Killer Bee. This is a miscarriage of justice, Monsoon. Fucking Barf didn't know what was going on. He just counted the 3. This is the second team. They did the same gimmick with the Stallions and the Strike Force. The Stallions stole Jimmy Hart's song that he made, and they did that. And then the Strike Force stole Girls and Cars. But I don't think they ever did a story for Strikeforce stealing Girls and Cars because Jimmy didn't sing it. Some other dude sung it. But Jimmy sung it at the Slammy Awards. But I'm pretty sure he wrote it. And then he wrote this one too, Crank It Up, which is horrible. But the Stallions used that as their theme song. They brought in Ted now. He's tried to buy the title, I think, or he's about to try to buy it. Oh, look, it's Ted DiBiase. We're going to get a vignette. Now, at age 10, I wasn't aware of Ted's Mid-South history. I wouldn't know that until later. But to me, he kind of reminded me of Ric Flair a little bit at first, like this early DiBiase, this early $1 Million Man. Money. Mercedes money.
And I'll bet you heathens are wondering, is Ted DiBiase thankful for anything on this holiday? Well, I like the money, of course. But what I really like is what the money can make people do for me. Now, I'm a generous man, and I've given many people many an opportunity.
I feel like they're just in Connecticut. Like, look at the trees. There's no leaves on them. It's November. It's cold somewhere. I guess they could be in Ohio, but I wonder where they're filming. They're probably just filming this right outside of Vince's place or something. Look at this kid. Look at what he's wearing. 1, 2. Hurry up, you little fucker. Get on it. He's doing it, too. A lot of adults can't do that. Oh, you wussed out. No. Oh. 10. Come on, you can do 10. I'm almost 50. I can still do 10. Nope. We didn't get to 10 now, did we? I was never madder at this motherfucker than I was when he kicked the basketball away from the little kid when he was dribbling. I remember just being a kid, just fucking fuming mad. Fuck this guy. You don't get the money. Oh, they're going to show it? Oh, this poor kid. The other kid got done dirty too, but this is worse. This is just worse. Oh my God. I can tell by looking at you. Fucking A. 15 times. Look how easy it is. He's like, no problem, motherfucker. I got this. Careful. Whoops. I mean, this kid was not smartened up at all. I don't think. This is just diabolical. And he does the walk of shame, hugs his mom. Oh, this fucking piece of shit, $1 Million Man. Fuck you. Fuck you. Jesus, what a prick. Boy, was so easy to hate this guy. I don't get down on my knees to give thanks. That's silly. Why would I do that? I'll just give thanks. What do knees have to do with it? Look at this woman. She's barking like a dog. My God. Holy shit, I got a tweet from the Bollywood boys, who also follow me. Thanks, guys. It's nice. The Bollywood boys, they were great. Oh, my God. Now what? Now dinner? Is that caviar on his plate? I feel like that's Vince's house. Oh, this is Rob Van Dam. This is RVD, guys. Kissing the foot of Ted DiBiase. Oh, where's Linda? I didn't see her. Oh, you mean delivering the food? So they're in Vince's house for this. I didn't see Linda just then. I missed her. This is very long. Oh yeah, now they're going to show when he went to the pool and shut it down. This is probably also Vince's pool. No, maybe not. That's not Vince's pool. I'd have a lot of problems with the mothers and the fathers. He snaps his fingers. No, that was not Linda. Okay, I'm gonna pull this up in another tab, so I don't have to stop this one. Let me check this out for myself. Where are we at? 154. No, that's not Linda McMahon. No. That is not Linda McMahon, guys. No. Are y'all crazy? You thought that woman on all fours was Linda? No, that's not her. That's not even close. Okay, I didn't know what you were talking about. No, that's not her. Of all the women you could find to go out and do that as a plant, you're gonna choose the owner of the company. I'm pretty sure that wasn't Linda. Didn't look like her to me. Plus, that woman, she was clearly a fan. Look at how she was. I mean, come on. That was not the clothes of a wealthy person. Well, maybe back then it was. I don't know. I don't think it looked like her. I don't think it really looked like her. We can probably look that up. They would have brought that up. They would have brought that up in a DVD by now. The time Linda McMahon posed as one of... they brought up the RVD one. No, that's not her. It looked a little like her, but... I kind of like how Jesse and Gorilla are here, sitting here, kind of recapping what we've seen. The women's match. What a great one.
I've seen a lot of good tag teams, and the Glamour Girls, I'm going to go on the record, they're in trouble because the Jumping Bomb Angels are something else. They're championship material. I've never seen lady wrestlers.
Jesse was like me.
That they got, I mean, they're like watching a Dynamite Kid, or like watching a Randy Macho Man Savage, or like watching a Ricky Steamboat with those aerial moves. It was just fantastic. I enjoyed it. Well, they're young, they're sensational, they're quick.
Boy, the fans had a lot of standing around. There's no Titantron, or there's no Jumbotron or whatever to show shit on back then. You're just in there with your thoughts. Can't be on your phone. All you can do is stand there like idiots, looking at each other. Like there's literally nothing to do but stand and look. If you're with somebody, you talk. Nowadays, you just be like waiting, just be on your phone or whatever. It was? That was Linda? I did not know about that. I'll have to look up the segment, the whole thing, and get a better look at her. That was Linda for real? I did not think that was her. I am not convinced that it was Linda McMahon. Jesse's hat.
I'm sure that he will be reviewing all those films, but I can't wait because coming up, the final matchup, just the big one, the one that we've all been waiting for. Andre the Giant hasn't stepped inside a ring since WrestleMania. That's right.
Yeah, Andre's first time back in the ring.
World Heavyweight Champion, WWF Champion Hulk Hogan. This is the first time those two will step into the ring again, look across the ring at each other, and at some point in time, Gorilla, you know it's got to happen, where it's going to be one-on-one, the Giant against the heavyweight champion of the world, Hulk Hogan. Just the Giant on his team has in excess of 1 ton of humanity.
I can't remember if Andre had had his back surgery before WrestleMania 3 and then had another procedure done, or if he did the match first and then had the back surgery, and this is his first match back. I don't remember. Pritchard said on the $1 Million Man episode that it was a lady who did hair and makeup. See, that's what I would assume, that they would just pull somebody that works for them or somebody they know and stick her out there, you know? Kind of how like Sapphire got the gig. She was just like a bus driver that they knew that drove the wrestlers around, and they're like, stuck her out on TV, you know? That's where you get those type of parts from. You don't go you don't start with the top. Who should we get for this bit part, this extra part? Linda McMahon? No, you get the hair lady. I don't think it was Linda. Oh, we're getting a honky interview here? I had no idea any of this happened. We had the long $1 Million Man thing. Then Jesse and Gorilla just had a 5-minute conversation. Now Honky's out there. after he ran away. Ultimate Warrior, the Dingo Warrior hasn't even debuted yet. He's calling out Hogan now? Okay. I've got a still frame of it here. That is not Linda McMahon. I'm going to screenshot this. No. Come on now. I don't know how I'm going to show this to you. Oh, yeah, I can get it over to myself. All right. Just bear with me a second. Because I'm on the wrong computer. Let me just name that something stupid. To get that, switch that over here. Let me DM it to myself. Shit, I forgot.
Even though he has the gold around his waist, definitely has not proven that to me. And until he steps inside the ring and faces one-on-one the Macho Man, Randy Savage, the former champion, and beats him decisively, then he'll prove that to me. With that, let's go down to ringside.
There we go. Oh, no, we're getting the, I knew it. There we go. God, this is so awful. This is my least favorite one they've ever done. Like, the network edit is hideous. All right, sorry, that was quite the process there to do that, but we're doing it now. The walking con, all right. Okay. It's quite the process here. I screenshot it on the wrong computer, so I had to send it over to myself. Let me resave that. There we go. All right, that took long enough. All right, here, let me plop this in. You tell me. This is not Linda McMahon. You absolute crackheads. Here, look. That is not her. Look how skinny she is. That's not her nose. That is not Linda McMahon. That's not her face. Even in 1987, that's not her face. I don't accept that that's her. But, I mean, I could be, I do not know. I could be wrong, but looking at her, I don't see how that's possible that that's Linda McMahon. That's not Linda McMahon. And here comes Andre. I love that Bobby is giving him the Paul Heyman introduction. Paul Heyman is, or Bobby's giving Andre the Brock intro. I guess it could be her. To me, it just did not look like her. To me, like the face didn't match.
The hard stare coming from those
I've seen pictures of her from those time periods. She had much different everything, but yeah, that's Vince putting his own wife out there to bark like a dog too. All I can go is by is what I think, so I'm not saying definitively that's not her. It just doesn't look like her to me. But I have been wrong before. Look at this. This is like the epitome of Survivor Series here. You got 4 screaming baby faces, a crazy champion, pacing back and forth, headbutting his own guys. Hogan had some pretty big feuds with Orndorff and Morocco. I love that. Don Morocco and Ken Patera, I think, are your only living ones here. Oliver Humperdinck, is he still alive? Patera, I'm pretty sure is. And Morocco is. What about it? Morocco had just joined the team. He kind of turned babyface during the whole Superstar Billy Graham comeback. Bam Bam was not here nearly long enough. He would leave in just a few months. And he'd go to NWA. He'd go to Japan. Hump is dead? Okay. Yeah, Patera had that arm brace back in those days. They'd cheer a jailbird. They were talking about his time in jail. Like threw a rock through a McDonald's window or something. So they're all coming out to Bam Bam Bigelow's music here, which is one of WWE's kind of like standard saxophone themes that they would use back in those days. They loved the saxophone, man. Everything had the sax. And that's the Hulkster. I loved Rick Rude's tights. Before he started doing the airbrush stuff, he was wearing this type of shit, and it looked kind of cool. I think it was like road signs or something to get a better look at it once you get a close-up. But it was more abstract. Still got the 86 belt. This is the final 2 months or 3 of the Hogan belt. And then they would move on to the Winged Eagle. They would make its debut the following February. Terrible audio in the Richfield Coliseum for Real American. You had your Hulkamania's dead sign waving high. That's awesome. It wasn't dead yet. Pretty alive and well back in these days. Interesting, you do have Joey Morella as the referee again. Andre and Bundy on the same side, to me, again, was wild. Just like Hogan and Orndorff being on the same side. Just like Savage and Steamboat. Bundy and Andre had some wars, man. It used to be Hogan and Andre versus Bundy and Stud. I remember as a kid just being perplexed, like not knowing where Stud was. Like, where the fuck did Stud go? Where the hell is he? I got his action figure, but I don't see him on TV. I actually still don't know where he went. Yeah, oh, they're pointing out the referee. Gorilla's like, that's my boy. I just love sitting next to your friend while you shit on his kid. That's hilarious. If I ever call a wrestling match with any one of my friends, I'm just going to make fun of their children the whole time. Look at your dumb kid out there. I mean, it's just a lot of talent, a lot of tough motherfuckers in there too. You got Butch Reed and Ravishing Rick, not to mention Andre, but Orndorff beat the shit out of Vader. You know, Patera always threatening to beat people up. Morocco. Yeah, Rude's gear, the street signs, before he started airbrushing. And wonderful, like Rude, Paul Orndorff was Rude's like introductory feud into the company. They started feuding over like the best body and shit like that. Pose down type of stuff. Which I'm curious about Rude and Orndorff's like personal relationship, like what their history was, because they're two tough guys, one from Minnesota, one from Florida, but they did work together briefly. Probably would make for an interesting shoot fight. Curious who fans would pick in that shoot, Orndorff or Rude. Wow, Rude's going to be the first eliminated here because he was brand new. Here comes Patera. Oh, Butch Reed got tagged. Look at Patera rolling him over. Nice. Patera going for the exact same. You know, you mentioned, did Patera borrow Moolah's singlet? I think he borrowed her hairstyle, too. Yeah, Hogan and Rude feud would be fun. They did have a couple matches. I think Hogan and Rude worked together, but I don't think they never had like a pay-per-view program, which would have been awesome. Oh, leg drop to Butchie. Don't celebrate. Oh, I hate this part. I remember this part of the match. This is so stupid. Look at this. Look how they're making such a big deal about the high fives. Like it's so over the top. High five, slap, slap. Here, hug me. But I'm going to high five Patera. And Morel is trying to tell him you tagged Patera so you can't wrestle Andre. Why doesn't Hogan just tag Patera then? And tag himself back in? Are they trying to play it off like back in these days you had to have the rule where you had to make contact first? Which is bullshit. Just re-tag. This is stupidest shit ever. Like, they thought about this spot backstage, and they probably thought it was so clever. I'm going to high-five you, all right, brother? He determinated it. He determinated that it was a tag, and then Andre tags out. So all you guys have to do is tag out. Okay, so now go tag Hogan, you go tag Andre. Problem solved. They're acting like it's the end of the world. I guess wrestlers aren't the sharpest bulb in the garage. Gang was new too, man. Yeah, who'd they have around this time from the Mid-South area? They bring in DiBiase in. Gang is there. Duggan's there. No, he's not. He's going to be the bitch of this place. God, you can kind of already see Orndorff's left arm. Or is it his right arm? It's his right arm. You can already see, like, it's starting to kind of atrophy a little bit. It does look smaller already here in 1987, and you'd really notice it as years would go on. And he went to WCW. By the time he got to, like, 94 and shit, it was you could tell. Yeah, I saw that 91, I think, was streaming today. Look at Don Morocco rolling out of there and tagging out. Here comes Patera. I feel like Patera's going to get eliminated. Nope. Oh, wow. I used to be Facebook friends with One Man Gang. Forget his real name. But I found him on Facebook like 15 years ago and friended him, and he accepted me. I'd see all of his posts. Same goes for Marty Jannetty. I'm not on Facebook at all anymore. I hate the app. I hate the the platform so much. I can't use it for wrestling. It's garbage that's on there for wrestling. I just can't. I know I've kind of abandoned the page over there, but I'm like, I don't want to post. I just hate I hate it. Looks like a hell site of misinformation for wrestling and stuff. I can't hear what they're chanting. Oh, Zane, were you here earlier though to see that we're watching this on YouTube, dude? We're not watching on Peacock. The link to this, WWE posted it on their Vault channel. So we're just watching on YouTube. Whenever I see one on YouTube, I usually just try to watch it there. I mentioned that in the beginning. Maybe you weren't here early enough. But yeah, it might not match up with Peacock. And Patera is eliminated because they're different platforms. Unless it would be easier to, I never thought about that. Okay, so you didn't know that. I'm like, unless it would be easier if some of you have Peacock, you might likely to not have commercials, and I don't know. I don't know what would be easier. Maybe I just do a poll. Hey, this one's available on YouTube. Where do you prefer we watch it? Peacock or YouTube? Yeah, but down in the link, Zane, I've got the link, or down in the description, I have the link to this. So just sync up with the YouTube version. I try to even put YouTube on the overlay for people who pay attention to it. Follow along on YouTube. I have one for YouTube and one for Peacock. Rude is surviving longer than I thought. I thought he was like the first to go. Yeah, Rude pinning Orndorff. Look at Rude posing. Morocco was in the best shape of his career here. When he was Intercontinental Champion, he did not look like that. And same goes with like his feud with Hogan in '86. That led to the Bundy stuff, maybe late '85. Led to the Bundy match. High knee. Look at Hulk with the high knee. Love it. Rude finally gone. And I remember as a kid this blowing my mind. This really added to the lore of Bam Bam. Because look at what's on that heel side right now. It's Bundy, Gang, and Andre. Which is nuts. Which to me as a 10-year-old is an unbeatable team. Yeah, so in the future, if it looks like it's available on both, I'll ask you guys. Maybe I'll just like put up a poll and say, hey, this Sunday's watch along is available on both platforms. Which one do you want? And I'll go with whatever wins. But it didn't occur to me that it actually might be easier for people to watch on Peacock. But I was thinking, not everybody would have. Does Peacock even have a free tier? So not everybody will have Peacock, but everybody has access to YouTube. You just might have not have access to YouTube Premium. So I feel like more people could technically get a chance to watch if we watched on the YouTube version. Oh, Morocco, that was dumb. Oh, he kicked out. I thought that was the finish. And there's Morocco is gone. Yeah. Andre was just there doing his tag team partner duties. Yeah, the way they're setting this up, it looks like it's going to be Bam Bam eliminated and then Hogan against all three of these guys to make the big superhero comeback. But it did not go that way. Wow. Bundy was on his way out, man. Come on, Bam Bam. I want to get the Hogan hot tag in there. Yeah, Jesse is insisting that if Hogan gets 3-on-1 here, he's gonna take a powder like Honky. No hair pulling in this one. I've been talking about it. I'm thinking about getting the Bam Bam Bigelow tattoos. Show up to work like that one day. Yeah, the Gang and Bam Bam was a feud I kind of liked too. The tattoo bro, very clever, Jesse. Yeah, Bundy has no tattoos at all. Yeah, every wrestler is inked from head to toe now. The tattoo situation in the NBA also very out of control. Look at Bam Bam go. Oh, hot tag. Here we go. Hogan and Andre, first time since Pontiac. First time since my place of birth. Oh, I thought I was going to do that. Headbutt. Oh, I love it. They're just wailing on each other. Look at him taking out Bundy and One Man Gang. Oh yeah, so this is where it gets weird. Bundy pulls him out. This stuff is it's just etched in my memory. I remember this so much, like Hogan slamming Bundy here. Or he slams Gang on the floor. Referee is counting. Pretty sure he slams Bundy. Yeah, he slams Bundy too. And Hogan is now counted out. We just got, I mean, they just gave you a taste. You got nothing there of Hogan and Andre. You got a little exchange. I mean, they sold tickets on this. And they interacted for about 11 seconds. Look, he won't leave because he's a fucking bitch. He was always the sorest of losers, man, Hogan. Look, he's taking his belt. Look how pissed he is. He's just such a baby. He was always such a baby about everything. Look at Bam Bam. And this to me, as a kid anyway, I don't know what it did for Bam Bam, but for me personally, it made Bam Bam in my mind. Because I had never really seen Bundy and One Man Gang just get routinely beat. And Bam Bam knocks them both off before running into Andre. I just thought it was cool as all hell. You're 16? You think old WWE was better than today's? Yeah, wow, 16's a crazy age. I mean, I lived through every era, and there's things to like about all of them, but my favorite was always being a kid. And I was lucky enough to live through these times. Because I got 32 years on you. But better, that's tough to say. It's all subjective. And this is Bam Bam's finisher here. Over the top onto the splash. Pins Bundy. I know, even if you survive this, you got Andre in the corner. I hated that things didn't work out with WWE. Like, he was gone. Bam Bam left. Bundy and Bam Bam would both leave. Bundy would go first, and then Bam Bam would hang around till around WrestleMania 4, and then I don't recall why, but he was gone. He was back. He'd turn up in NWA. Oliver Humperdinck would follow him. He'd work Japan. And then he wouldn't come back to WWE for about 5 years. He'd come back in like 93. Or late 92, maybe. With Kamala. Or I guess Kamala came back a bit earlier than that, but still. Like, Kamala was already gone by this point. Kamala could have been on this heel team. Instead of, like, Rick Rude or Butch Reed, they could have put Kamala over there. But I think Kamala he ran his course. Kamala was more like 86. And early 87. Just petting Tito on the floor. Yeah, Bam Bam or One Man Gang, which head tattoo would I prefer? I don't know. They both look like they hurt. I might go One Man Gang, rock the mohawk. Oh, yeah, watch this. Gang going to the top, which was uncommon for him. And he missed. And he pins Gang. And here comes Andre. And Jesse with the call that I always remember. How he beat Bundy, how he beat the One Man Gang is beyond me. But to beat Andre the Giant? Look at Andre manhandling him. Ugh. Yeah. I'll never forget that. I always remember that call. Yeah. Bam Bam's in a world of shit. Bam Bam trying to get out of there. Andre can't catch him. He just moved out of the way. Andre, a guy that big, relies on quickness to win. Oh, yeah, Killer Khan. Yeah, instead of Rude and... Oh, here it is. This is when Andre started using this as a finisher, that double underhook. And that's it. And Andre is the sole survivor. Look at Bobby. And here comes sore loser Hogan. Back in with the fucking belt. Cracks Andre upside the head with it. Hits him again. Andre just trying to celebrate like winners tend to do. And here comes Hogan. Here comes Chump Hogan. Andre would beat him for the title in February and he'd cry backstage. Just a fucking nut, man. And they play Hogan's music. What a disgrace. What a disgrace. Yeah, I would have loved if, like, instead of Rude and Butch Reed, it would have been Killer Khan and Kamala. What a team. Or even Kamala and Sika, who were teaming at the time. My favorite was also the Attitude Era because I was just the perfect age. I went to shows. I traveled around. Went to so many Raws and pay-per-views and moments in the Attitude Era. I was the perfect age for it. Like when the Attitude Era really kicked off, I turned 20. Like I'm the perfect age. Look at that. Look at that cop next to Andre. He's almost as big as Andre. Look at the size of him. Is Hogan being booed? Yeah, they're having Hogan close the show as the loser. That's what a weak way to start Survivor Series. Now he's out here celebrating like he won. I love Gorilla sticking up for it and Jesse like, that's bullshit, man. Love it. Yeah. I'm with Jesse on this. Now, he's not the greatest professional athlete in the world, Gorilla. Shut the fuck up. Not even close. You should, Jesse. Jesse's a SEAL. He could take Hogan in a fight. Yeah, Bam Bam's told a story or two, but I don't remember. But I know Bam Bam, like a shoot interview or something, has definitely mentioned some issues he might have had with Andre. Bam Bam had issues with a lot of guys, though. He didn't get along with the Clique either. Bam Bam was a great dude. He did sound like he could be a little bit annoying backstage. Yeah, you got to thank the guy upstairs. It blows my mind this was 38 years ago. Nuts. Nuts. Okay, so we're going to get a post-match with Andre here. Hogan. Hogan. Yeah, so Andre wants another title shot. You miserable human. Smart guy is Andre. Smart guy he is. All three of these guys, these legends, are dead. Bobby is celebrating, but he still has no championship. And Bobby is about to sell off Andre to DiBiase to do his bidding with the world title nonsense. That's why they're talking him up so big here on the show, showing all those vignettes. He's about to do the thing where he wants to buy the title, right? And then Hogan's going to tell him no. Jesse's still bitching as the show goes off the air. I love it. I love it. Right on. Well, we knocked out Survivor Series 87. It still remains to be seen if that woman in the DiBiase interview was Linda McMahon or not. I say no, but we'll see. And I'm glad we got this one done. And we wrapped up a really fun month of Survivor Series on the channel. So I want to thank you guys for all of that. So my plan is to... We'll see how Raw goes tomorrow. No watch along for sure, but there might be a review. We'll have Survivor Series predictions coming up this week, but probably after Thanksgiving on Friday. And then 1 week from today, there's probably going to be nothing. I had planned to stream a review of my experience at Survivor Series that I'm going to be attending the night before this coming Saturday. But now I found out I have a family engagement that I have to go to. So I'm going to have to talk about Survivor Series probably like a week from tomorrow or something like that. So just stay subscribed to the channel. I will put up posts on the community tab, let you know what I'm doing. And we'll get moving into next month. And next month in December, we're going to be doing Vault channel watch-alongs. We're going to, every Sunday that I'm available in the month of December, we're going to watch like a hodgepodge of matches from WWE Vault or WCW Vault or any fun matches that are available on YouTube. And I'm going to let most of you guys pick these matches. So I will let you know the details soon on how to participate in that and all that good stuff. So that's what we have planned for December. And yeah, this one was fun. So thanks again for hanging out for this doubleheader. If any of you have not or weren't aware, I did jump on here earlier today prior to the watch along to review last night's Full Gear, which my plans yesterday got a little goofed up because of Elizabeth's injury. So we came up today and reviewed that real quick since I did get a chance to watch that last night. So if you didn't watch that video yet, check that out as well. And depending on what goes on at Raw tomorrow, we might come up here for a quick review. We probably will, but I don't want to commit to that yet just in case. But thanks again, guys, for hanging out this evening. It's always fun, and I will be talking to you real soon. Peace out.